Lunchables, much like how Prime, Logan Paul and KSI's drink, is trying to dethrone Gatorade. Dan made this tweet. I'm not going to read it out because I'm pretty sure you've heard this read out a billion trillion times. Now, that tweet is on 600,000 likes, the best part of a million, which is like, that's like a tweet of someone being at the Oscars. The funny thing is about this situation, Dan, after making that tweet, he did the thing that most YouTubers do and just totally dip. You will notice this trend a lot of YouTubers using Twitter less and less. Like myself, I don't use Twitter anymore unless I've got like a banger in mind, because I think the worst thing you can do on a free-to-use app to share your opinions is sharing your opinions. So you get two kinds of YouTubers now. YouTubers that tweet 200,000 times a day with every little thought that they have for free. Or you have the YouTubers that basically never tweet unless they can get some kind of like viral meme going. That's why if you scroll through my Twitter, it's basically just haha fat joke Lamau. Also, talking about my Twitter for a brief second, you might remember that I quote tweeted Cristobal, who made the Utopia TV show soundtrack, hinting at Utopia 3. That was quickly debunked as an intro for The Substance, a new horror film that came out. And that is the first time I've been community noted in my life. But you know what? Doubters. I actually got a DM from Cristobal saying that they are looking at wrapping up Utopia with a season 3, whether that being like a TV show or some kind of like, you know, digital comic. I'm not sure yet, but doubters, just hold on a little bit, okay? But yeah, the point I was trying to make, Dan, after making that tweet, he was like, okay, I've said my piece. I'm leaving. I've got a family to be with. Meanwhile, Logan and KSI, I have genuinely never seen people be more rent-free in my entire life. The thing which is really bizarre as well is loads of people were hating on Lunchly. A lot of people had genuine criticisms. Other people were just doing it because it was the cool thing to do. Oh, look, the rich YouTuber's making even more money. That makes me angry because I realized I'm wasting my life being on Twitter. You know, I've seen KSI and Logan say many times how much of a garbage website Twitter is. And for one of the few things, I can definitely agree with them on that. But I don't understand why they've chose to like tunnel vision on Dan TDM, because so many other people had the exact same grievances. They are tunneling on this guy more than the average league player. And also on top of that as well, some other weird things have been happening. Like, for example, Logan has recently had a child, which is great. You know, he's doing better than me. That's all I can say. I'm 27 now. I can't even say early 20s anymore. It is over for me. I don't have a kid. But Logan chose to promote Lunchly hours before his wife gave birth.
And of course, we have our... Snacks, none other than the greatest meals in the world. Lunchly, of course, we have the turkey, cheese, and cracker stack. Also the Fiesta Nachos, my personal favorite.
Love.
And then in the Instagram post of him celebrating his child being born, which again is like one of the best things you could probably ever experience being a human on this planet. You know, it's a really wholesome moment. And then you realize you're carrying on your legacy, or, you know, all this Lunchly money, all this Prime money, this boxing money. Maybe it will have a good use, you know, for like the next generation. Because Logan Paul's kid is definitely going to be living life on easy mode solely because of the fact that, you know, her father has been grinding so much. I know Logan gets a lot of flack and stuff like that, but you do need to look at it in kind of a black and white way. Now, I am trying to defend him there, but that being said, he chose the Instagram post of his daughter being born to then start renting someone in the replies. So you had this reply of Ryan Garcia basically congratulating him, nothing snide, and then Logan replied by saying, oh yeah, by the way, I'm still going to sue you for lying about Prime. It's like, your kid's just been born, man. Like, just get off the phone. Get off the phone for like 1 hour. I'm begging. So yeah, back on Lunchly, I'm sure you've seen every commentary Andy under the sun talk about it. It's basically competitor to Lunchables. But instead of getting a Capri Sun and a chocolate bar, you get a smaller bottle of Prime and a Feastables chocolate bar. Feastables being Mr. Breast's own brand of food. Now, originally, it got a lot of criticism because it wasn't really like a healthier alternative. They did say it was healthier, but if you look at the comparisons for each kind of flavor, it's like 30 calories less. Okay, great. That's like a quarter of a Baby Bell. Congratulations, guys. And the protein difference, because obviously everyone in the food industry wants to shill protein as this like the antithesis of sugar. If sugar is the worst thing in the health industry, protein is the best thing in the health industry. You can never have too much of it until you do. But yeah, the protein differences on the sides of the boxes between Lunchables and Lunchly is basically zero. You are talking about a couple of grams at best. And I feel like this is where a lot of the criticism came from, because they weren't really reinventing the wheel. You know, they tried to promote something as being a lot more healthy for kids, but it's not. It's basically just the same processed garbage. Maybe it's like 10% more healthy. And then people quickly saw that they're not trying to actually consider people's health. They're just trying to latch onto an already existing trend to make as much money as possible. Kind of like what I'm doing by making a video talking about this. And I think a lot of the statistics behind the product are very dishonest, mostly because the biggest difference between Lunchly and Lunchables isn't the food at all. The food is practically the same. It's just that Lunchly has a bottle of Prime, which obviously has mostly sweeteners in it, compared to a Capri Sun, which has a lot of sugar. So then they could dial down the calories, they could dial down the sugar, and then say it's healthier just because they replace the liquid in each meal. Now, I've had this like schizo conspiracy theory for a little while why the team up even happened. I assume this has been something that's been in the talks for quite a while, but personally, I think it's because KSI and Logan Paul's Prime sales are incredibly down from when they first started, which is normal. That does happen when you release a product built on hype. Eventually, it does. does die down, there's no way that a product that was selling millions of units a day or a week is going to maintain that like years later. It is completely impossible. But then, even though that is an inevitability, you still have a product that two YouTubers have stakes in and a shilling that isn't selling like it used to. And then you've got Mr. Beast, who is the biggest YouTuber in the entire world, who is, you know, he's going through some controversy. He's had a lot of allegations against him and his company. So it really did seem to be the best thing to team up, because Mr. Beast could probably use that and say, okay, I've just teamed up with the two of the biggest English-speaking YouTubers in the world, and we've now started a brand together. And then in turn, more people will be buying that product because it's packaged in with Prime and, you know, Mr. Beast Feastables. So then sales of Prime will skyrocket. So it's a win-win for everyone. Now, I've seen a lot of people review Lunchly before it came out, and you can really tell that I don't think these guys were paid. If you go into any TikTok comment section of someone that's trying Lunchly and they're saying it's the best thing ever, everyone is saying paid. I think they were just sent like a free package of it, you know, as like kind of a welcome gift, as many YouTubers are. You know, I remember loads of YouTubers being sent like free packages of Prime when that first came out. And then obviously, if you're sent something for free by a creator that is monolithic in size compared to you, you're probably more inclined to say good things about it, because, you know, if it comes out that you were attacking the product and you got sent it for free, what are the odds that you're going to get more products in the future? Zilch. zilch. So it's a really awkward situation where you basically have to say nice things about it, or you're probably going to be blacklisted. And that's not even a problem with like Mr. Breast, Logan, and KSI. That is pretty much the same for all products. You know, a lot of people think you need to be paid for a product to endorse it, but no, you could just be setting it for free and you still have that pressure of, ooh, well, if I don't say good things, they're probably not going to speak to me again in the future, and that's a contact that I've lost. Oh, that's not good. So the fallout after this has been immense. I mean, like I said, there's been many factors. Like, for example, Lunchley isn't really changing the game. Mr. Beast has, you know, a lot of allegations against him right now. And instead of addressing them, he's doing this huge brand collab. And the funny thing is, the way the internet works, people forget things so quickly just because of like so many things coming out so quickly. I genuinely feel a lot of people forgot about the whole situation with Mr. Beast and the videos that were made on him and stuff. And they were actually reminded of that when Lunchley was announced. So out of the trio, the most vocal one has definitely been KSI. And that kind of sucks because like KSI is the one who I think is easily the least controversial. I have never met the guy in my life. I probably never will, but he has like single-handedly blown up the UK scene on YouTube. Like, I don't really follow the boxing scene or anything like that, but I can still respect what he's done for the UK scene because we've basically always been second place compared to America. So I already mentioned this last video, but one of the first shots KSI took at Dan TDM was showing this Tube Heroes. collectible that Dan was selling, like, you know, years and years ago, basically to shine some light on him and be like, oh, well, you're saying that Lunchley's crap, but look what you're selling. That's garbage. Despite the fact that people were very quick to point out that KSI also had his own tube heroes